Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you are, whenever you're watching this, or whenever you pop into the chat, start catching up on this live stream. We'll do a little summary this morning on where we left off. So, we had done some races for part one. We managed to get all bronze on the B license exams, so that we can put our foot in the door to continue going on in this series. We are now on menu book number 4, so we're going to pick up where we left off. And for this race, it's going to be, I believe it's 2 consecutive races. Go back and go take a look at it, so that we know that menu book 4 is what we're on now. We have 43,200 credits. We started off with 7,500 because I was not able to get rid of all those funds. So we'll go over here to World Circuits, and down in the bottom is going to be where the championships are that you have to do. That's part of this cafe book thing. So we'll come down here at the bottom. We have 2 races. We'll be facing some, moderately fast beginner cars. The suggested power points up at the top is 400. So I'll have to hop onto Discord real quick and we'll take a look at this garage so I know what cars that I have. We're not going to worry about any of the cars that's, below 300 power points. We'll see what we get. So let me plug the Honda in. We'll plug in the Toyota, the Mazda, the Renault into our spinning wheel over on Discord real quick. Get the result of that so I know whether I need to tune the car to the 400 or if the car will be perfectly fine. Whereas the Renault is perfectly fine, it's ready to go, it's got plenty of power for that race. So let me hop over here onto Discord real quick. /spin, custom, infinite, entry. We're going to do it different this time. I'm going to throw it around here. So entry 1 is going to be Renault. Entry 2, I'll make it Mazda. Entry 3 will be Honda. And our final entry will be Toyota. Oh, unfortunately, I cannot spin another one for another 10 hours. So, since I can't spin it again for 10 hours, I'll take the lowest one and we'll just tune it. Throw a little caveat in there. Alright, so we'll grab the Mazda. It's the lowest on power. That's what we're going to select for this race. We'll go into the tuning shop and we'll talk about the tuning shop a little bit. A lot of the parts in the tuning shop is very self-explanatory. But for those that don't know anything about cars, we'll go over it a little bit. I need to get back over here onto the YouTube stream so I can monitor the chat. Alright. So we have a performance computer, we have a sports air filter, we have a performance sports muffler, sports brakes, weight reduction, some street suspension, so a different compound of tires. So over there, just above the icon of the car, you have the PP 34.74. Our goal is to be at 400, maybe a little above, maybe a little bit below. It'll be fine. Sports computer is going to add some power to our combination. It adds around 8. So that's good. Install. Air filter. Brings us down. Leave it alone. Sports muffler. It adds about 5. We'll use it. Sports brakes. Gives us a little extra stopping power. It doesn't change performance too much. 0.5. Use it. So the brakes is going to help with stopping power, and the suspension is going to help the car transfer its weight a little better through negotiating the turns. Got 1 pp for that. Use it. Can do a little weight reduction. That doesn't change anything, but it does make the car a little lighter, so it handles a little better. It does actually change our PP. It adds +10. Okay. Run with it. Different compound of tires here. The comforts are what you're going to typically find on your daily driving car. You know, your Toyota Prius, your Honda Civics, a lot of your different, you know, Toyota Corolla, budget-friendly cars, beginner cars, or even your regular grocery getters. Sports tires is what you're going to commonly find on our American cars, like the Camaro, the Challenger, the Charger, Corvette. So we run these sports tires. So to try and reach our goal of the 400, and we're only running a couple of laps, we'll probably opt for the, I would like to use the softs, but we're not going to try and exceed that number too much. Let's run some sports. We'll try some sports hards. So I'll purchase the sports hards, but more than likely it'll probably end up having to be the comfort softs. I know that I spent, you know, a good chunk of our money up there, but we will be going back and rerunning those races with the tuned car to get our gold on those races that we only got, you know, 3rd place or 2nd place on. We'll go back and we'll run those back, amplify our money. So now that we are in the realm of the 400 that is needed, or recommended, I should say, to do these races, as soon as this loads in. Okay. So we're going to go down here to our championship race that we have to do as part of this cafe book. We have already got the car. We'll run some sports hards. They might allow it. We'll see real quick. It's only 10, you know, a little over the suggested power. Let's double check and see if I can change the, yeah, I cannot change the brake balance, so we're stuck in that. Alright, so we'll go back, we'll enter this race. Now for this is where I'm going to show you that you can start taking away some of your traction control. This is it's a pretty easy course. It really is. You won't be limited on grip. So doing a step down on your traction control, see how it feels. If it does, you know, bother you a little bit with your skill level, then bump it back to where it was until you feel comfortable. I'm going to go ahead and drop mine down to 1. It was already on 2 for the previous races, and we're going to run with it. Like, we're not dealing with, you know, fast cars by any means. These are just daily drivers here in the beginning. P2. We should be able to get P1 in this race without too much of a struggle. P1 achieved. Brake third. Carry speed. No brakes. Brake third. Carry the speed. Get back on power. Brake second. Just coast. So we're giving the power back. Brake a little bit, get in the third, so you can hang on to this corner nice and tight. Fourth, power out. First place, gold. The first championship race. Now we have to do the same track, but we have to do this track in reverse for round 2. See, we got 7,000 points for that race. I did lightly sideswipe a car coming into the, I think it was the first corner. So we lost our clean race bonus there. But that is fine, because I still have to go back and go capitalize on some of those races that we only got second and third place in. jump into the next race. Once you've done the first round and you've gotten kind of used to how that track, you know, how it operates, doing it in reverse, you might have to, you know, hit the start button and retry for whatever the case may be. So this is where, from what I can tell, based on the image that is being displayed at this moment in time, there might be a little bit of wet weather in here. I won't know until I hop in, but it does look like it's partly cloudy with a chance of rain, or it might already have rain on the track. You'll want to take these turns a little slower than I did for round one. You might even want to be more leaning towards your traction control to help with wheel spin. So whenever I start this, we'll bump that traction control up a little bit, maybe in 1 or 2 numbers. Kind of just see how the car responds. So I'm going to start with traction control 3, because I'm on sports hards. The tires are not really all that forgiving. Yep, there's rain. There's a good moisture content on the track. We're somewhere in the 70 to 75%. Brake a little bit on this corner. Get back on the power. You'll want to do a good bit of throttle modulation. Brake a little bit. We're starting to slip. Car seems to be doing fine with TCS3. We're going to slow down. We'll try some TCS2. Might be able to bump the traction control down a little bit more. You want to leave a little bit so that you do not have wheel spin. Because if the wheels start spinning, then you're likely to lose control. We have first place for this race. in reverse. We also got a faster lap because we started shedding back some of the traction control. First place for championship. Got an additional 15,000 credit. We also got some cars that we have to select. I'm going to go to the right. Integra Type R. Good car. Now we have a we leveled up to 4. The tuning shop now has the next stage in it. We'll go back into the cafe and see what our next task is. It's gonna rain some more. Who do we have tuning in? Got our trophy. Got another track. Got another track. Got Brand Central. This is where you can go and buy new cars directly from the manufacturer. Our next menu book is Japanese front-wheel drives. We're going to start this book, but before we go and do the collection of these cars, while we still have the car that we spun for, well, we chose randomly to start with, we're going to jump back with our slightly tuned car with slightly better tires, and we're going to go and capitalize on finishing these races appropriately that we have third place in and second place in, before we continue filling out this next menu book that we just collected. We'll come back in here to World Circuits and we'll go locate these races that we didn't get these good positions in, so we can capitalize on all the money that we can achieve. As this series progresses, we're going to need all the money that we can get. So we have third place here. Mental note of that. Brands Hatch, we have second place. Let's go ahead and take care of this one right here with the faster car that we've already done the tuning for, that we spun for in the beginning here for part 2. Traction control down. We we've already done this. We're kind of familiar with how the circuit layout is. Get past these cars here. Every bit of the track that you can. Back on this fast downhill right-hander. You want to trail brake into this a little bit. Brake right here. Second. Trail brake a little bit. Coast into the turn. Apply the throttle on the straight. Minimally brake. Downshift. Shift, a little bit of brake. Home stretch, first place. This race is no longer a third place or second place position. Capitalized on all the money we can earn for this race. Can always go back and do the race again and earn more money, but the goal is to just make the race a gold. Okay. Exit. So this race is now a gold race. Okay, first place there. We'll exit back out. We'll go to this race here. We have to go and get our first place position here. If not, second will be fine. And then tune the car a little bit again and come back. But for now, we should honestly be fine. We've got a good little lead on our power. Alright, so for here we'll drop our traction control down again. We kind of know what this track feels like. We're gonna brake here. Just carry as much speed as we can. Don't want to shave off too much because this course is pretty long for a beginner course. Get around the car. Bit of brake because we're starting to come onto a curve. Just shave a little bit of speed, not to go off course. Brake a little bit, get in the third, transfer that weight. Try and carry as much ready. Try and go around the outside. Oh. Cut the other side. Do a good old switcheroo. And brake. Get into third. Second. Back into third. Brake. Comfortably negotiate the chicane here, or bus stop. That's going to be actually a chicane. So we're perfectly secured here in P2. The goal now is going to be trying to get that P1 position up ahead. It's doable if I can carry enough speed through all these curves. Delta is dropping significantly, pretty quickly. Got purple. Kind of on the limit there. I've just managed to get that weight transferred in time. Negotiate these last few turns for our home straight. Another purple. Get into third. Just carry the speed. And negotiate the chicane one last time. Comfortably, carefully, don't wipe out. We're going to come in for another purple. And fastest lap. And that's how that race is done. We're now up to 75.8 thousand. Exit out of here. We'll go look through our list before we go and randomly choose another car. We'll see what race that we missed. I think there might be one more. We'll just double check that. Make all these races that we have completed, but we're not P1s. We'll make those P1s. Let's see here. Yep. So our 2 laps here on this track, we got a second place. We need to go make that first. With our slightly tuned car, we can do this. We can make that happen. Right outside's picking up a little bit. I'm getting a little louder out there. These races can be done with the suggested performance points or power points or however it is you want to call it of 350. You were just going to have to probably do it with a couple of different tries at that power level. You know, get a feel for the track, see how fast you can negotiate each turn. But it is going to, it would probably take you a good handful of tries to make that happen. But for me, do it with a slightly overpowered car for this series. Come around the outside. Capitalize on 2 or 3 places there. Run outside again. Cut the curb over here. Cut the next curb. Cut the next curb. Coming up onto the hairpin for the start finish. Second gear. Trail brake a little bit. Come around the outside over here. Onto the home straight. Slowest at the apex. Power out. Easy peasy, fastest lap. Got our first place. Clean race bonuses. Now we're up to 83 grand. We're almost getting our daily bonus. The daily bonus will give you a roulette ticket that you can go and collect either more money from, or you get invitations to premium cars that are basically Gran Turismo signature cars. The roulette ticket can also give you parts, bars of gold. The bars of gold are going to be something like 250 grand, 500 grand, million. Things of that nature. You also can get cars, whether it be cars similar to the one we are using now. You might get a Group 4 car, you might get a Group 3 car. It varies. It's totally random. Some of the roulette tickets are car parts only. You might even get an engine only roulette ticket. It's all random. So those races that were all 2s and 3s are done. Yeah, these are done. We'll come back out. See what tracks it was over here. I think got a second place here. We need to go make that into a first. These are not started yet. Let's go finish this one. Let's go make this one a first place race with our tuned car. And once this is complete, we'll start the next cafe book with a different car. Gonna be a random. It's gonna be a random car again. So we're gonna drop our traction control down for this track. We're kind of familiar with it. Get down to second. Carry that speed. Negotiate past the cluster of cars. Hold third. Try and come around the outside without losing it. Get into fourth. We're going to try and not run off the track. Negotiate this turn in fourth. Just keep it pinned to the floor. We passed third. We passed second. We are now in second place. We're going to try and negotiate this turn. right on the inside. We got our first place position. Let's see if we can hold it. Keep it to the floor. This track is pretty easy. We got purple, so we're going to be doing our fastest lap. Purple, first place. We should also have our clean race bonus. Yes, we got our clean race bonus as well. So now we're up to almost 91,000. Alright. So we have a slightly tuned car. We have tripled our money. We have turned all the races that we got second and third place in. They are all now first place races. We're going to go back to the cafe. We're going to read what this book was. So our menu book, number 5, that's in progress. So we have to go do these races to collect these cars to get this book complete, to get our reward, which is going to be a roulette ticket. Okay. So now that we have a good cluster of cars again, go find these races that we have to do. Randomly pick a car. Cannot use the same one that we just used. Alright, so we have Suzuka. I think this is probably going to be Suzuka Short. Alright, so yeah, Suzuka Short. So for these cars, these are all have to be front-wheel drive cars. We just used the demo, or Demio. So now we're left with 3. Because the Integra is our new car, I actually think that we should try it. We're going to use the Integra. It also correlates with within the suggested PP limit. So this is the car we're going to use. So we're going to use an Integra Type R to win a Civic Type R for our reward. 3 laps on this track. It's a moderately fast-paced track. I don't think that we should have too much of a problem winning this race with the Integra. We don't know this track yet, so we're going to leave our traction control on the 2 or the 3. For me, I'm going to leave it on 2. For you, it might be on 3. Just trying to get a feel for it. Car's front wheel drive, so it's a little front heavy. It wants to dive whenever we apply the brakes. We like eating bumpers. Trying to stay as clean as possible. Carry the speed to this corner. Yep. I'm going to lose this clean race bonus. Try to carry the speed. 25th. We have 3 laps of this, so we should be okay. Let's see. Carry a good bit of speed here. I'm going to brake in a straight line, get down to 4. Carry as much momentum through this corner as possible. These AI cars are going stupid. This is where the radar will actually be handy. Alright. So we know we're going to lose our clean race bonus. And of course, well, redo it again. Trail brake a little bit. Shed some of the speed. Trying to negotiate this. Grab the inside. Downshift so I can coast just a hair. Bump draft. Come around the outside. Off to a better start this time. We're going to carry our speed again. Just trail brake into this a little bit. Car's front wheel drive. It's really prone to letting the back end slide out from underneath you. But we're going to capitalize on the car's capability of power. I'm going to try and do the outside here. Carry speed, get into second for a second, just to help negotiate the turn. Carry all the speed that we can, coming back onto the start-finish straight. AI car turned into me. Now we're in P1. I'm going to brake in a straight line, shed off as much speed as possible with this particular car because it likes to slide out in the rear. And we're on comfort soft tires, so not exactly the best tire for this combination. The grip is very limited. Just kind of coast around all these turns. Keep the speed pretty consistent. Getting that body roll and weight transfer. We have P1, we have fastest lap. This race was a success on the first try. Oh, sorry, second try. We got a good clean race bonus. Now we're over $100,000. We got our roulette ticket for reaching our driving marathon. We'll go open that up here in just a second and we'll take a look at what we get. We also got our Honda Civic for our cafe book. We're well on our way to collector level 5. We'll exit out of the replay. So far, everything is going in our favor. Everything has been achievable. Our goals have been set so that we can achieve them. So we're gonna go take a look at this roulette ticket. Just see what it gives us, whether it gives us a car or money or parts. Just check it out. Our gifts. I'm gonna open it up. $2,000 credits. We can add that to. We'll add that to our balance that we currently have. So now we're at 103,000. We'll keep stockpiling this so that we can possibly either go and get our first group 4 car, or we'll save it and use it to lightly tune cars as we continue to progress, and then we'll just rent a car for group 4 or group 3, depending on what races we go and jump into. Alright, so we'll go back into World Circuits. We'll go ahead and hop into our next race. We're going to go jump into Tsukuba with the Integra. We're going to get a feel for this track and see if we need to adjust our traction control or if it's going to be fine the way it is. So if you started with 3, leave it on 3. If you feel comfortable after the first lap that you can drop it down to 2, do so, because you can carry more speed. So in my instance, I'm going to put it on 2, leave it on 2. This first turn is very, very tight, so you're going to want to be in it, that second gear, but also trying to carry as much speed as you can. Brake on that apex. Get down to 2 at the apex here. Carry it out. Try to carry this apex in 3rd. We're going to bounce off this rumble strip over here and then carry 3rd gear all the way around. Gonna brake here. Gonna get into 2nd. Slowest at the apex. Might have to bump the brake just a little bit whenever you're coming up behind a car. Power out. We're now in 4th place. We're coming up on the 3rd. We're now in third. Brake here, drop some speed, but you can still carry a lot along this long right-hander. On the power fully at the start finish. Trail brake into this corner. Power out. Brake on the apex here. Carry the speed. Transition the weight. You might have to tap brake just a hair at the apex. Since we're out wide, we have to hit the brake a little bit on that apex so we don't lose control and slide off. Brake in a straight line. I'm going to clip the apex here and I'm going to power out so I can get ahead of the Integra that's right beside us. Get in front of him because we want to kind of be wide and then narrow ourselves off as we come around the turn. Brake a little later. Get into third. Carry all the speed. Try and get as close to the shoulder as you can so then you can come out wide. Full power. Race is finished. We have P1 on our first attempt. We don't have a clean race bonus here because we did a little side swiping. It's perfectly fine. It happens. We have the final car for this cafe book. So we have to go turn this in so we can get on to our next one. We'll go to the cafe real quick, and after I collect this, I'll have to go stop for a moment and go for a little wee break, then come back, and we'll jump into our selecting of a new car for this challenge. So now that we have 2 new cars added to our inventory, those 2 new cars will come into play for our random car selection. We have our roulette ticket. We're going to go ahead and accept our next cafe book after we get through this little introduction about these cars. So the Integra turned out to be a good car to use for those races. It had plenty of power. It was a little odd to handle. Tune a classic car. That is our... okay, so we need to tune the Mini Cooper. That's our next task. So we're going to go ahead and accept that. So apparently I have to tune the Mini Cooper, and then I believe that's what we have to use to do this next race. So there won't be any random car tuning for that. Okay. Come on, let's go ahead and get through the talking part. Okay. So I will be back in just a mo. I need to go to the little boy's room real quick. So bear with me. I have to, you know, introduction screen pops up and starts playing. Just gives you something to look at. I will be back in just a moment. Bear with me. Thank you. if I can't get... Alrighty. All situated. So we have to go and select the Mini Cooper. We have to tune it to 360. But before we do that, let's go collect our roulette ticket, see whether it's cash, parts, or a car. $2,000 again. In the beginning, every little bit helps. Alright. So according to our car collection, we have 9 new cars in there. We'll take a look at that a little later on, whenever we get towards the tail end of this stream. Let's see. So I have to go and select the Mini Cooper real quick. And they want us to tune it, so that's the car we're stuck with. Cute little car. Alright. So now we'll go down here to the tuning shop. I think we were limited to, I think sports tires. So, they want us to gain basically 90-ish PP. Alright, so we have all this unlocked now. Power restrictor and ballast helps whenever you're trying to tune a car to fit within a certain PP limit. Alright, so let's go over here to sports. We're going to grab our computer. That's going to give us 10 or thereabouts. The air filter gives us, for this car, a little bit of power. We'll go ahead and use that as well. You want brakes, that's going to drop us. Perfectly fine. Go ahead and let's go over here to Club Sports real quick just to double check suspension. This doesn't seem to be aiding or hindering us. Let's go back here to the other sports. And this one drops us a little bit. So we'll hold off on buying suspension parts for the moment. We'll grab the muffler. That helps a little bit. Let's see. This helps a little bit. Weight reduction stage 1. It sheds a little bit of weight out of the car that's unnecessary for turning it into a race car. Bore up helps a little bit. We need to use this. High lift cam helps a decent amount. We need this. High compression will help us. We need this. Sports clutch and flywheel doesn't help us a whole lot, so we'll hold off on that for the moment. Brake kit helps us a little bit. Let's see what a weight stage 2 does. It helps a little bit. We'll take that. And then to finalize all this, let's see if we can do a close ratio transmission high. We'll take that. Two-way limited slip differential. That does not help us. One-way slip does not help us. So we can go ahead and put our sports clutch and flywheel on. Now our suspension helps us, but let's see if the other one helps us more or doesn't change. So this one will put us at 319. This is 318, so the other one helps us a little bit more. We'll use this. Now to see if the tires... Oh, went too far. We'll have to go back in here and see if the tires, which ones that we can run, the best that we can run without putting us over the 360. So it's probably going to be Sports Soft. No, it's way, way high. Sports Mediums, still too high. Sports Hards, 400 is also too high. So let's check the Comfort Medium, that's 360. So we'll purchase these. And because we are over the 360, we'll have to grab power restrictor, and we'll have to grab ballast. These are going to be adjustable in our tuning menu before the race. Come back to the cafe menu. Race is unlocked. Another race is unlocked. Okay. So this is our next menu book. So I guess we don't have to race with the Mini. We just had to tune it, apparently. Ah, okay. So apparently we have to use the Mini. You know, according to what Lucas said. So come over here. We already have the Mini. There's something about Brands Hatch. We'll take a look at that real quick. Europe, Middle East. Brands Hatch. So our PP limit is 400 for this race. Change car soon. Suggested PP is going to be 400. Alright, so before I even do that, let's go and make this Mini Cooper 400. And then we'll use the ballast and power restrictor to reduce us down to the 400 on the mark, or a little under, so that we can be comparable to that race. So it was, we'll go with Sports Hards. We'll purchase those. We'll run those in the race, but we're going to use our power restrictor and our ballast to help bring us down to the 400 or just slightly below it. So we'll go back to this race on Brands Hatch. for retards. We'll come over here. So we have power output, where's it at? Power restrictor. We'll bump it down 1. We'll measure it. Alright, gotta bump it down again. Measure it. 399.31. We're in the scope of the 400. We're good here. We have 3 laps on this track. We'll enter this race. We are pretty well familiar with this track now. This is going to be the 3rd time we've ran it. So we can leave our traction control at 2 or go down slightly. The Mini is not going to be terribly fast on this track. So mine's on 2. I'm going to leave it on 2 for the first lap. I'm going to brake a little bit on the fast downhill. I'm going to carry as much speed back out as possible. Switcheroo. Come out wide. Brake a little bit, stay behind these cars. A little tap. Bump draft. Come in tighter because the Mini can handle it. Start finish straight. I don't foresee us getting second or first on this one. Come out wide. Carry speed, just coast. Brake getting to 3rd. Trail a little bit of brake. Come in tight. Hug this entire curve the whole way to the finish line. Try and get a lead on the car next to us. Throw him off. Try to throw him off his line. Brake a little late. Shift down to 3rd. Help with the weight transition. Stay wide. Brake a little late. Off the brake fully at the apex. Come out. Brake a little bit. Try and carry this 3rd gear. Get back on the power. Stay a little wide. Perfectly fine. Let off the gas a little bit. Trail in a little bit. Got 3rd. That's what we needed, just to earn the car. I might run this one back, just to see if I can't make a difference. Clean race bonus. Getting our money back. I'm going to retry it again. See if I can't make a difference. We're going to reduce the traction control even more. I'm going to go down to 0. I feel comfortable with it. Trail brake a little bit, stay in 4. Carry the speed, run out wide. Come in. Brake late. Get down to 2nd. Slowest at apex with no brake. Come back out wide. Downshift to 3rd. Bump draft a little bit. Carry as much speed as I can. Brake. Shift to 3rd. Gonna cut this guy off. Power out. Staying out wide so I can carry as much speed as I possibly can. We're already in 4th. First lap finished. Brake a little late. Get into 4th. Carry all the speed that we can without losing control. Stay out wide. Brake a little late. Slowest with apex. Power out. Come back out wide. Flip the curb. Get right in front of him. Try to carry as much speed as possible. See if we can't catch this front pack here. Stand on the inside. Might be able to catch him in the hairpin down here. Brake a little bit. Get into 4th. Carry a good bit of speed coming down. Fix the brake right here. Now. A little wide. We're going to go for a late apex to get tight right into this pack. We're going to go wide. We're fixing to be in 2nd. Got 2nd place. Just lost 2nd place. First place. First place. So with the Mini, you have to sacrifice a little bit. Got a clean race bonus. You also have to carry as much speed as you possibly can because the car is underpowered in comparison to some of the ones that we're racing against. It literally has a half or maybe even a third of the power of those cars do. So we got the clean race bonus. We have first place on this race. Let's move on. We'll back out of here. We'll go down to the next track. Should be a fun little track here. 400 pp limit, that's what we're at. So we have a similar pack of cars. We have to use the Mini. We're going to subject ourselves to what the game says and the randomizing of cars. because it's going to help get us familiar with different cars. It's going to basically test our abilities and how to negotiate all these different tracks with different cars also on these different tracks. I think this is going to be a nighttime race. 3 laps. In the Mini. I'm going to drop my traction control down because I felt good with that. Trail on that curve a little bit with brake. Not fully brake, just 5 or 10%. Carry as much speed through here as we can. Stay out wide. Overshot it a little bit in the braking zone. Trail a little bit of brake. Stay out wide. Now we're in third, on our second lap. We'll see if we can't catch this next pack of cars. A little bit of brake. Bounce off the curb. Try my best to catch these guys before the end of the next lap. We might run this track again. Trail a little bit of brake. Got in here, these pack of cars. So now we're in second. It was a little rough on entry there, bumping in with the other cars. Try to be out wide, carry as much speed as we can. Defend our second position. It wasn't supposed to be that. But we defended our second. So we're going to run this one back since we're so close. We still managed to get a clean race bonus somehow. We did acquire the car anyway, because we got above our third position mark that we needed. But we're going to run this one back and see if I can get the first place. Then we can just move on. Retry. See if I can negotiate these turns a little better. Traction control back down. Trail a little bit of brake. Give back in nice and tight with these guys. Lift just a hair. And we're now in P6. Gonna brake a little late. Bump this car. We're gonna bump off of him a little bit. Not like that. Don't want to lose that clean race bonus, so we're going to do this one again. Little nudges are fine, but ramming is not going to get us our clean race. Back up into 6th again. We're up here in 5th. Coming up on the bridge. So far so good. Third, try and catch back up to P2 or P1, or catch up to P1 or P2, trail a little bit of brake, trail a little bit more brake, we're coming in a little hot, lift off just a hair, so we don't flip the guardrail. Brake a little late. That's a little bit of a power slide. And we still have a chance to get P1. Catch P1 and P2 coming up on the next curve, because we're going to brake a little later and we're going to carry a little bit more speed than they are. Brake right in here, get back in tight, carry all the speed, pin it to the floor. We're going to carry as much speed as we can coming up here. Come up the inside. I'm going to try and catch him right up here in the curve. That was a completely secured P2. P1's gonna be fun to get. Clean race bonus. We'll come back to this one. problem that this car has is the level of grip. It doesn't have much grip. It makes plenty of speed. So we'll come back and I'll grab some sports soft, or yeah, sports soft, and we'll thin it down some more. Alright, so we'll grab these sports softs. It's going to give us a lot of performance points advantage. We're not going to use them. We're going to limit ourselves back down to the 400 again. But the car is going to have a lot more grip now. And the car should feel more stable instead of trying to slide in the corners. So we're going to be running this one back. Car settings, we got sports softs. So we're going to go over here to our power restrictor. Gonna measure it out. I'm going to see if I have balance. Where's balance at? Let's go with like 30. Try 55. Go with 100. Okay. Let that go. It's gonna be hard to get that dialed in 100%. Let me see. I'll just probably do one more, two more. Alright, we'll let that go. We'll see if that helps. I don't want to try and give us any kind of advantage over the cars that we're racing. I want to try and handicap us a little bit in this. Tires are allowing me to get a little bit tighter in these turns because the level of grip is there. Fifth. Carry all the speed that I can. I'm going to need it so I can catch up to P2 and P1. Oh, and I just fumbled it. I was trying to do a dive, and I fumbled that. Alright, do this again. Carry all the speed that I can. Yeah, all these cars have a little bit of a speed and power advantage over the Mini. So we have to capitalize on different things everywhere we can. Switcheroo. I think P1's gonna be hard to get with the Mini. It's gonna be a little bit challenging. It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna have to do a slight little power increase to make this happen. Not something huge, because I still want to be kind of hindered by it. So we'll run it back one more time, but I'll probably do something like a, I don't know, maybe 20 points. Something small. So it is still, so let's go ahead and drop our ballast to like, still 45. 407, might be able to drop this all the way, to be honest. That's going to give us 19. I will take one away. That'd be fine. I'll be okay with this. So we're still limited on power. So it's still going to be a little challenging, but we have more power to work with. fast lap. I think I'm barely gaining on these cars up ahead with that even 20-point increase. So now I'm in P2. I'm not honestly too much better than what I already was. I should be able to get P1 though. It might take another try. So much closer, but still no P1. Alright, this will be the last try. And we'll just move on. We'll come back and hit this one again later. Last try. We'll move on. Since can't really seem to be gaining on that car up in the front. We'll see if this does too much, but I think we'll be probably right on par with the car that's in P1. The Mini is just so underwhelming compared to these other cars. Yeah, even I'm getting only minor differences in my times as well. Yeah, those two cars are just pulling away. There's the P1. See if I can hold it. There we go. Just like that. Okay. Finally, that's done. That's our first place win. Got a clean race bonus. We have more cash now. We're back over 100,000. We'll move on. So the PP up there at the top that said suggested 400, that is just a suggestion. You can be under, you can be over, but I was trying to make it a little challenging, and even with being 400 and almost 40 PP, it was still challenging. I wasn't even, sure that I could pull a P1 on that. But I made it happen. So we're going to move on. We're going to go to Sardinia. Yeah. Do this track. It's going to be 2 laps of this, fighting against the same cars. That's going to have more power and more speed over us. So we're going to leave the PP alone, since we already know it was so much of a struggle on a not so technical track. This is a pretty good track too. Continue. We'll drop our traction control 0. First lap is going to be about getting the feel for the track and trying to take a couple of places in the process. Overspeed this corner. That's how you do it. I overpowered this corner too much. If I was in a faster car, that would have been a race-ending crash going into that wall. See? Being overpowered. Just pulling away. I have to catch them in the technical sectors. I can catch him going the downhill. Nope, that ain't the way to do it. Redo it. But that is what I have to do to get ahead. I have to fight them through the technical sector. Inside here, come back out wide, and downhill. AI car nudged me off. They're fixing to pull off on me. I have to beat them in the technical sector and get a nice gap before I come to the start finish. I missed shift. I was trying to extend the RPM range. Try and get the overspeed on them. Gonna brake a little late. Come in this corner tight. So now that I got them beat in the technical sector, I should be able to keep it. As long as I don't drop the ball and slow down too much. a little late so I can carry more speed. And we got first place. But I had to be a lot more aggressive in the technical areas in order to get this. Excuse me. Got a clean race bonus as well. Looking good, looking good. So now we got multiple new cars. So now that that book is completed, we have all of our races as P1s. So I think we have, what was it, GT Auto now. Let him talk about these hot hatches real quick. Wash a car at GT Auto. Okay. We'll go do that. I'll do it with the car that I got right now. Little Mini's a little dirty. Been in a few little scuffles. Come on. Gotta be menu book number 8 that we're gonna accomplish. Then I think we have to achieve menu book number 9. Then we'll hop into our first sports mode race and see where we stack up against other drivers that are already in the early stages of Amateur League. So we'll go do that real quick. Go wash the car. Might even do an oil change on it, just so you're aware of where it's at. This is also where you can customize your cars, get decals and liveries and stuff like that. But we're gonna wash the Mini, give her a bath. And while we're at it, I think I'll give her an oil change. Okay, oil change done. Car wash has been done. We'll go collect our cafe book. Unlock the next track. Yep, unlock the next track. Championship Tokyo Highway Parade. This gives us a roulette ticket, so we'll go ahead and knock that out as well. Alright, let's see. So we've already got our National B license because we ran through all the license tests early on so that we can do this, because you have to have the National B to do this race. The graphics here on GT7 is phenomenal. Even playing it on a PlayStation 4, it's really, really good. I can only imagine what it looks like on PS5. With a little luck and a little support of the community and people commenting and liking and subscribing to my channel, I could potentially get myself a PS5, but the funds are just not on the table at the moment. Alright, so here we're going to the next race, but before we do, randomize the config for cars, and we'll enter it so that we can get on about our business. Tokyo Expressway, this is going to be basically the outer skirts of the city. There's going to be some decently fast cars in this mix. I don't think I've seen the 86 GT in the previous race that I did. So, the power limit is 450. So we have the option of using, let's see, can use the Clio, Renault. We haven't used that yet. The Volkswagen Polo is very close in power. The Integra we can use, and the Mini. Not the one that we tuned, but the newer one. And based on what I've seen in that AI lobby that we were doing, the Mini would not be a good pick. The Integra is going to be a little too twitchy. It's going to be a little bit too twitchy for this scenario. Volkswagen Polo is a good bet, but based on what we've already experienced in the beginning, and the Renault never got picked, I think we're going to run with the Renault for this race because it's a back-to-back championship. Now it's going to be my random pick, so we're going to run with this. And the other thing is, like, because it's an SUV, it doesn't have the technical advantage in being nimble like the 86 GT does. It's going to be in this lobby. So I think we'll have a little bit of a power advantage, but we're also going to be a little top heavy and weigh a little bit more than the faster cars that's going to be in this lobby. And if I recall, it's going to be one track forward, the opposite's going to be reversed. All the other ones are going to be reversed. Alright. So this is going to be a new track. I just want to make sure that, you know, brake bias is not changeable, and it's not. Alright. New track, so we'll leave our traction control a little higher on 2 or 3 for our first lap. then we'll see if we can't reduce it or completely remove it. I'll break that corner a little bit on power. Oh well. Still in 9th place, so we're gonna struggle a little bit on this one. We're also top heavy. We'll go ahead and restart this one. That one's that's gonna affect our clean race bonus. So we're still gonna leave our traction control up a little bit. Alright. So we'll try not to be so aggressive this time around. Kind of let the AI cars do their thing. We'll try to stay off the walls as we pass these cars. Trying to stay wide so I can carry as much speed as I can so I can pass these cars in the process. I hope that we still get our clean race bonus. You're gonna bounce off the wall a little bit. It happens, especially on this track. Such tight quarters. Bump a little bit, bounce off the wall. These guys are getting so close packed, it's hard to pass. Trying to find that window of opportunity. Pretty difficult. I bumped him and it bumped me into the wall. This car slides a lot because it's so top heavy. Come around the outside. Go right inside. Try catching this P1. This is the fast car that I was talking about. We're gonna get a clean race bonus on this. No, we got championship money though. We'll see. Next. No, we did not get our clean race bonus. We did too much bumping. Alright, move on. No big deal. Okay, next race. It's gonna be the same race, but in reverse. This one might be wet as well. Take a look. So there's going to be another situation we have to deal with, potentially being wet. So it's going to induce a lot of slides. I was overpowering that turn more than what the car was willing to give me as far as grip. So we're going to lose our clean race bonus on this as well, unfortunately. Slammed on the brakes on me. Alright, we're in P3. We had a few scuffles with some cars on here. So we're definitely going to lose our clean race bonus. But our goal, and I didn't break enough for that turn. But our goal is still going to be the P1. We have the power advantage, but we do not have the grip or weight transfer advantage. See, that 86 there is able to transfer it to weight a little easier than I can. Car slides a lot, so top heavy. Oh, we got a P1. That was the goal. We achieved it. We won this championship. Thankfully, we got a clean race bonus on this one. That's nice. So now we're at 151,500. We just got another 20,000 on top of it for winning the championship. That brings us to a 171,500. And now we have 3 cars that we can pick from. I picked from the right randomly the first time. We'll go to the left. So we got a Silvia S13. All these cars in this lineup are pretty well equal on power. We exit this, and we completed it. We got first place on both tracks. Okay, so now that's complete, we'll go back to the cafe, we'll talk to Luca again, we'll turn this book in, and we'll see what the next step is. Got another roulette ticket, and we have unlocked sport mode. We have also unlocked multiplayer. We also had the power pack, but because I'm on PS4, I cannot show you the power pack. And we have menu book number 10. Okay. So now, with all that being said, we're going to go do one race in the sports mode lobby with a rented car on group daily race B or daily race C. We'll go see what we can go do. This is going to be basically an experience, but it's going to be an experience that we're going to test, but we're actually also going to work to it to make ourselves better. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up that roulette ticket that we were so gratefully given. Got there. Come over here. That should be like 5 or 10,000. I think it's gonna be 10. 5. Okay. So now we're up to 176,500. We're not going to purchase any cars for sport mode for this trial. We're just going to rent a car and test it out. Make sure whenever you do access sport mode on your own console, whenever you're a newcomer, please be sure to read it, understand it, what the different safety ratings are, the driver ratings, and how they help you stack up compared to other racers in the community. This is just so that I have a, what do you call it? I already have an American account. I'm doing this for Europe and the United Kingdom. Register. Proceed. Okay, so for Daily Race B, see, this is the manufacturer's cup. That I have to practice for on my main account. We're not going to do that on this account. We have to work up to that. We have Group 4 on Willow Springs. WeatherTech Raceway, we have Group 3s. So I am going to lean towards WeatherTech in Group 3. Let's rent a specific car, but let's see what people are running primarily for this race. So the biggest majority that I'm seeing in the top 10, we have a 1 BRZ, 2 BRZ, and 3 BRZ. So in the top 10, we have 3 BRZs, but then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 992s. So if you, in the top 10, you have that many of one car, the meta for the track is going to be that car. So we will use the Porsche 992. We'll rent that car. We're going to do a time trial just to get our foot in the door, see where we are. I have to find it. It is right in here. Because you are just now getting into doing this race, as your first test, I would recommend staying at your normal traction control level. If you're doing 3 or if you're doing 2, stick with it. Practice with it and start reducing from it. Because you don't want traction control to be your crutch. Because in the end, traction control actually hinders you more than it helps you. So, car settings. So it's gonna be medium. So apparently this race is probably going to be wet weather conditions. Alright, so this is a Group 3 car. You can adjust your brake bias. You can go more rear, or you can go more front. I found, depending on the track, the 992 likes to be a little bit more front, like maybe 1 or 2. And in comparison, it can also go the opposite direction because the car is pretty well balanced. But if you wanted to turn in on a dime, going a little bit more front, putting a little bit more weight on the front tires will allow the front to dig in. So we'll go -1 because Laguna Seca is a pretty technical track. So we'll go -1. Help put more downward pressure on the front tires when you're braking. We're going to set a baseline quali. We're going to leave traction control on 2. Come in here, shift a second. Let's run this one back. quality on this. A little wide. A little wide there too. I'm gonna hit this one again. See if I get a penalty or not. It's not liking this front brake bias. Alright. Retry, and we'll change the brake bias to the rear a little bit. Over speeding too much. Get a baseline quality set for this. graphics ain't terrible. That's much better. I think that's gonna be pretty good. 124.9. I think that's gonna be a pretty good baseline. We'll see. Yeah. 124.9 is not a terrible start. Yeah, 124.9 is not a terrible start. take a look real quick. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go back for a moment, and we have a decent baseline here. Excuse me. We have a decent baseline. Alright, so with having the decent baseline that we do, we'll be starting in a C-tier lobby. Let's just rank a specific car. Entry period starts here in a moment. We already have a quali set. We will hop into a race here in a minute. Let me go to the little boy's room. Then we'll do a race, and we will conclude part 2 of this stream. And keep your eyes open for part 3. I might start that this evening, or it might be tomorrow. That will be where we pick up on doing the cafe books, and we'll start working our way towards getting to menu book 39, where menu book 39 opens up things like the Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup. We won't be participating in that. We might participate in one race, or I may end up just streaming it on my main account, because my main account is already so far along in the Manufacturers Cup. I'll stream that and add that as a part of this collection in the series, showing that what is capable. Well, give me just a moment. Let me go to the little boy's room. We'll be back and we'll hop into this race here, and we'll conclude this episode. Thank you. Give me just a moment. Alright, so the entry for this one is right now. Nope, I didn't look to see real quick. 14 laps. One pit stop. I didn't look to see. It might be dynamic weather for this race. Don't know yet. We're just gonna wing it. I haven't even done these races on my main account yet either, so I could not even be prepared for this. So I'm gonna enter it with the event specified car. I'm gonna use the Porsche. If I can find it. There she is. Alright, Porsche. Okay. We're gonna just run some quali laps until this starts. This will be our first race in a game-hosted lobby against other drivers that are trying to fight their way up towards D rank, C rank, and so on. This is going to be our first live lobby race for this account. Also for the journey that we're undertaking. So we need every bit of processing that we can do. Alright, so drop my traction control, brake balance. I'm going to go 2 to the rear this time. That would have been probably about a 123. Let's do that again. Alright, let's go. should not have flipped that one. Come on. Come on. Alright, let's go. Shoot for a 123. I keep hitting that curb and unsettles the car. Give it a tire to run up. Gonna take a couple of laps going to turn it up. That is way too much. Come on. start. I'm pushing too much. Oh, fun, fun, fun. Well, I guess that puts me at the top of the grid for the lobby. And for this particular lobby, I'll leave the traction control alone. I might just do like traction control 1. Car settings. Let's see. Probably leave it alone on dead zero. Because I'm not trying to push, but I want to stay ahead. As long as I don't get pushed off the track. Okay, so this is our first online race with people we don't know. And we don't know who's going to be the more likely one to do any kind of punting or pushing or forcing us off the track or any of that nonsense. Thank God for ghosting down here in these lower lobbies. People just think they can drive right through you. Like that. So now I'm back at the back of the grid. I have to fight my way back to the front. It's gonna be fun. super, super fun. Alright, it's doable though. Light back to the front. I didn't touch anybody. Give my space back. That was an accident, so I'll give it back. Accidents happen. Just be nice, and if you would have taken a space and it been a wrong move, give it back. That I didn't have anything to do with. And he quit. I have enough practice on this track. And I got dirty tires too on top of it. Now I'm just fumbling it. Alright, come on. Quit messing around. Oh, this is fun. Alright. Stop messing around. Let's go. Hit this lap. Pit, don't refuel. Yeah, I don't know what the tire strategy is for this go around. I don't know if it was intermediates and mediums or just changing the tires. So I went to medium because I don't know, so I'll try it. We'll see what the play is. Right now I'm just going to focus on being consistent. Tires are starting to fall off. Medium is apparently fine. And the guy that had the citron fell off. And I'm only behind because I've wiped out half a dozen times. Lack of preparation. We'll see. I might run this one back one more time. So now I gained safety rating and yeah, just safety rating at the moment. I'm curious. I'm gonna look at this one more time. Like, there's gotta be a reason why some people are using the BRZ and some aren't. Beetles in here too. Before I start, I want to see, like, there's 458s in here. The M6 is in here. The Huracan is in here. BRZ. Huracan. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try the BRZ. See how it acts. See if it's any faster or if it's about the same. Not enough time for me to run a lap. We'll wait it out. This will be our last race to close this episode, so we can then do a part 3 and build up out to our Cafe Books 39. So this lobby has me in 3rd place. traction control 2, because I don't know about this car yet. Car settings, we're on mediums. I'm going to run mediums. And I can adjust the brake bias on the fly. I might lean a little more towards the rear with the BRZ. No warm up. Enough time for that. See if we can't tame this wild beast. Alright, let's go. Ah, people want to spin out, huh? Alright, let's go. Chase it back up to the front. This lobby is pretty bad, just like the first one. worry about it. Don't worry about that. I'll shake you up. Told you. Shake you up. Coming down the corkscrew of my wheel goes limp noodle. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Tires are falling off, so turn my traction control back up. One. Help me manage the dying tires. Or, better yet, I'll go for the undercut. I'll go for the undercut. Got a little too aggressive, and it cost me 3rd place. That was a tough lobby. P2. So, that's good. So that sums it up for this episode on the journey to amateur league sim racing. So we do have 2 completed races under our belt for Daily Race C. One of which is in the top 5. The race before that I think was either 6th or 7th. We did manage to set ourselves a good solid quali lap that puts us towards the top of the grid in Daily Race C. I think in the next episode we'll do Daily Race B and do the same thing for that. Put a decent quali lap in, see if we can't hop into some lobbies along with doing our cafe books. We do need to do those so that we can do other things within the game, as well as being able to go and do the Manufacturers Cup and Nations Cup later on. We'll eventually dabble into that on this account. But with all that being said, we'll go back in here to the world map. We'll grab our next cafe book that we're going to do for part 3. So we can at least be prepared for that, because that's where I want to pick up on the next episode. Japanese front rear cars. That's going to be the Mazda MX-5, the Toyota Corolla. We already have the Nissan Silvia. So we're going to go ahead and accept this, and this is going to be the beginning of the journey for episode 3. I do appreciate everybody stopping in and dropping a like, just watching me do this journey. And without further ado, I thank you guys for supporting this idea. If you haven't watched it, I do recommend that you do watch it. And as always, thank you all. God bless. Stay safe.